Hey ladies and gentlemen, Wolf Crier here with my Season 12 Week 4 recap. Alright ladies and gentlemen, every single Friday night we put up these videos and we talk about Diablo 3's Season 12, how that's going so far as a leaderboard breakdown. We're also going to talk about any goings on in Diablo 3, and last but not least we're going to cover how my season so far is going. And as promised, ladies and gentlemen, this week we are going to focus on the EU server. So let's dive right into these leaderboards. Alright, for the solo barbarian, we are looking at a 115 GR, and this is done with that Immortal King's Rakor's charge barb. And it definitely looks like EU is keeping up with Chainer. ZD Kaon has done a GR115. He does have 3,115 Paragon, which is absolutely crazy. The number 2 guy has done a 114, and he's only got 1,500 Paragon using the same exact build. So this build itself is extremely strong, ladies and gentlemen. But you've got to keep in mind that the number 6 is a Hoda barb, and that has done a 110, 111, that range. So also a very strong build for the barbarian, but currently still looking like charge barb is going to hold on to that lead on both servers. Now, like I said, NA, we are looking at a 115 there as well, so EU definitely keeping up there. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Crusader. Crusader's number 1 is a 119. As far as the North American server goes, that is only a 117 over there. So let's take a look. Yep, it's going to be a Khan's Condemn. This build is a beast. And it is most likely the top build in Diablo 3, period, right now. So we're going to have to wait and see if another class can topple this solo 119. Alright, now let's go ahead and take a look at the Demon Hunter. One thing, ladies and gentlemen, I have to apologize because last week I left the Demon Hunter off of my recap, and I do greatly apologize for that. So please, please forgive me. Alright, as far as the number 1 guy, that's a 110 GR. As far as the NA goes, they've only done a 109. So the best Demon Hunter so far between EU and NA is on the EU server. And that is using that 6-piece Natalia's, 4-piece Marauders, cluster arrow build. And that build is starting to take over the top of the NA leaderboards as well. So you're looking at 3 builds for the Demon Hunter in their top 10. You've got this build here, you've got UE Multi-Shot, and you've got the Shadow Impale build. All of these builds can vie for the top of the Demon Hunter leaderboards. So that is very awesome, seeing 3 builds battle it out for the number 1 spot on a leaderboard. And the DH is definitely one of those classes that has that ability. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Solo Monk, and we're looking at a 113 cleared for the Solo Monk on the EU server, same as NA. A 113 has been done on both servers. Now this guy is actually using the Focus and Restraint version of that build, where you replace your Syndicote with Spirit Guards, you drop off your Epiphany, and you pick up Crippling Wave, Rising Tide, and you just trigger your Focus and Restraint, gain that 100% damage bonus, and wreck stuff with your Wave of Light. Now the 113 on NA is still using the resource cost reduction version, where you run Syndicote in the cube, you run Epiphany, you do not run Focus and Restraint. So both builds completely capable of running this leaderboard. So we'll have to see which version comes out on top at the end of the season. But I'm still loving the fact that Wave of Light is top of the Solo Monk leaderboards. I do wish there was some more variations involved, but at least there's variations amongst the build itself. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take a look now at the Solo Necromancer. And on EU, we've got a 117 cleared. And on NA, it's a 118. So EU needs to catch up right here. but we're looking at that Pestilence Corpse Lance build. That is pretty much all you are going to see on the Necromancer leaderboards unless something comes out of the blue and surprises everybody, but I do not expect to see that happen, ladies and gentlemen. This is the go-to build for the solo Necromancer, and it looks like it's starting to fall behind that Crusader Akan's Condemn build. Only a 117 here, 118 on NA, but you've already gotten a 119 done by the Crusader. But still, great job on the 117 and 118 clears. This is a beast build, ladies and gentlemen. It's the way to go with the Necromancer. All right, for Witch Doctor, we're looking at a 112 clear. And on NA, this is a 111. So EU has the benefit here as far as being the top so far for Witch Doctors. And this is that Erekir's Firebats build. This is going to be pretty much the end for Witch Doctor. This is the build. There's no other build coming out of the woodwork as far as I can tell for the Witch Doctor, so it looks like this is the strongest solo push that they have. Now that could change, but I really, really doubt it. So Erekir's Firebats is the way to go for the Witch Doctor. We're going to go ahead and do the last one, Solo Wizard. Now this caught me off guard. We've got a 115 clear, and this is using that DMO Arcane Orb build. So definitely cool to see yet another wizard build breaking into the top of this leaderboard. For NA, we're looking at the Tal Rasha's Meteor build, but EU is a 115 with the DMO Arcane Orb build. So very, very strong build indeed. You're talking about at least 4 builds capable of getting into the top 10 for the solo wizard. That's pretty cool as well. Definitely puts it on par with the Demon Hunter as far as builds that are capable of pushing the leaderboards. And that's very awesome to see. That was the whole point of patch 2.6.1. I wish that translated a little bit better to every other class, but it's great to see some very cool builds coming up for the Wizard, the Demon Hunter, and such, because it's definitely cool to see. Plus, you've got Barbarian with more than one build in their top 10, and that's very good to see. So I'm very, very grateful for 2.6.1 for bringing that to us, but I just wish that it transferred to other classes as well. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe somebody will come up with something, one of those other classes as well, and realize that, oh, this is an awesome build, but we're going to have to wait and see, like I said, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the 2 players leaderboards. On EU, we've got a 120 GR, and this is all dual Necros. You've got a Z Necro and a Rathma's DPS Necro. It's straight up Rathma's and a Z DPS, and they've cleared a 120. On NA, this is a 122. So NA's got the better 2-player. And over on the 3-player leaderboards, we're looking at a 129 GR done by a Pestilence Corpse Lance Necromancer, Erekir's Firebats Witch Doctor, and a ZDPS Barb. So that is your 3-man setup pretty much exclusively. Sometimes there's a monk thrown in for support, but for the most part, that's the way to go for the 3-man leaderboards. It's the same setup on NA as well. It's starting to piece together that that is the setup to go with. But NA only has a 123 done as far as the 3-man goes, and EU has a 129. And that's just crazy. 4-player, you're looking at a static, normal, straight meta setup. You are looking at a ZDPS Monk, ZDPS Barb, Erekir's Firebats Witch Doctor, and a Pestilence Corpse Lance Necromancer. Let's just double check. No. This is that Rathma's Bone Ringer skeleton build as far as the Rift Guardian killer, and that's good to see that that is starting to make its way into the meta just like we all thought it would be by the end of the season. 4 weeks in, 134 down, using that as the RG killer. All right, as far as I go, ladies and gentlemen, I'm at about 1100 Paragon. Not bad for somebody who's playing kind of casually. I do have a 50-hour-a-week job. I got a wife, kids, that sort of thing. Plus, I've been playing a little bit of PUBG as well because I do like to mix it up here and there. And overall, I think I'm doing pretty decent. I have cleared a 103 GR. Still focused on making sure that I am top 100 by the end of this season, and that should not be a problem for me. I do plan on getting my Crusader up and running. I want to run that Condemn build because that looks absolutely awesome. So I want to try that out. So I will probably have my Crusader set up at some point this week because I definitely should have enough DBs, that sort of stuff, to get everything rolling and start playing some Crusader as well. I have started playing some Necromancer as well during some rat runs. Still trying to get the hang of that, but that's coming along as well. Plus, I'm ZDPSing for 4-mans, that sort of thing on my ZDPS monk. This season's been really fun, and I'm definitely enjoying it. I'm having a blast pushing higher than I've ever pushed before. So I'm definitely loving it. Loving patch 2.6.1. Hopefully you guys are too. Hopefully you guys are having a lot of fun this season. Hopefully you're achieving your goals, and that would be pretty awesome. Guys, thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and you guys have a great day. Peace.